Welcome back to the Two Guys in a Cooler channel. Today we're continuing our series on salami starter cultures. So if you're a salami maker or you're an aspiring salami maker, get ready, hold your horses. We've got a brand new starter culture never before seen in the United States. The starter culture is called Flavor of Italy, sold exclusively by the sausage maker, and I've been given the opportunity to really play with it over the last 4 months. And the results have been tremendous. I'm going to share with you all the details that you need to know about Flavor of Italy. And the first thing you're going to see is that the package is twice the size of a typical starter culture pack. There's 50 grams of freeze-dried culture as opposed to 25 grams. The shelf life for this starter culture is 18 months when kept frozen. So as soon as you get your starter culture, put it in your freezer and only take it out when you're about to use it. Flavor of Italy is designed to give you a very traditional style of salami, Southern European, Mediterranean type of flavor, with the added bonus of having bioprotective qualities against listeria. So let's look at the bacteria and see what each one of them does. After using this starter culture for a little while, the only word that I can come up with to describe the bacteria in it is robust, and you'll understand why here in a minute. The first bacteria is Lactobacillus sakei, and that bacteria is exclusively designed to release lactic acid. This is going to help lower the pH of your salami. Pediococcus acidilactici is designed to release lactic acid, but incredibly fast, making this a fast acidification culture, but it's also designed to give bioprotective qualities to your salami. This next group of bacteria is really where the magic happens. There's two strains of Staphylococcus, Staphylococcus carnosus and Staphylococcus carnosus subspecies utilis. And the combination of these two strains deliver intense color formation, a mild, well-rounded aroma with an incredible flavor. The Staphylococcus group are oxygen hungry, but when they're deprived of oxygen, they seek after nitrates and nitrites, so they're incredible nitrate reducers. Because the Staphylococcus strains are pH sensitive, you want to keep your pH somewhere between 5.3 and you can actually take it as low as 4.9. This will maintain the active qualities of all the Staphylococcus strains, delivering flavor, color, nitrite reduction, and aroma. What a great culture. Let me show you how I use it, and that way you can get a better idea of how it works. Using Flavor of Italy is incredibly easy, and it delivers amazing, predictable results every time. And there's only a couple of things you need to know when using it. So the first is, when you use Flavor of Italy, generally you're going to use cure number 2 because you're going to be producing a product that normally takes longer than 4 weeks to make. The other ingredient we want to think about when using a starter culture is the food that we need to give them, and all 4 of the strains in this particular culture like dextrose. So dextrose is the food of choice for Flavor of Italy. Depending on what your starting pH is for your meat will determine inevitably how much dextrose you add. I typically add anywhere between 0.3 to 0.6% of dextrose. Just remember, the more you add, the faster and the lower your pH will get. So you be the judge. With that out of the way, let me go ahead and show you how I use it. So to get started, about 30 minutes or so before I'm actually going to need my starter culture, I'm just going to mix 1 teaspoon for every 10 pounds of meat in about a half a cup of distilled water. Once the culture is in the water, I'm just going to give it a mix, cover it with some cling film, and set it to the side so that it can rehydrate. This process takes about 30 minutes. And like I said, you're going to want to do this right at the very end, just before you're about to use it or mix it with your meat. So once you've got that done, what do you do with your open pack of culture? Well, let me show you what I do with it. I take the opened end and I bend it over to crease it down. It's going to help close it up a little bit. And then I'm going to put it in a vacuum seal bag. By removing the air from the packet, I ensure that I have a healthy culture for the duration of time that I have it. So I'm just going to take that, vacuum seal it, and once all the air has been drawn out, put it in my freezer. If you don't have a vacuum sealer, that's okay. Put it in a Ziploc bag. Try to get as much air out of it as possible. Store it in your freezer. My meat is at 34 degrees Fahrenheit. It's been 30 minutes or so, and we're just going to mix our starter culture with our seasonings and our meat. First thing we're going to add is our seasonings, and once we get those added and incorporated, we're going to go ahead and slowly add in our starter culture, just making sure that it gets mixed up. Once you've added your starter culture to your mixed meat, you don't want to refrigerate this overnight. You want to go ahead and finish the process. So we're going to finish this process by stuffing all of our casings. That's got our salami starter culture, our seasonings, everything's ready to go, and now we're going to ferment it. And I'm going to place this in a simple fermentation chamber. And my fermentation chamber is actually very easy. It's just a box with a heating element and a humidifier. And my heating element is just a 100 watt incandescent bulb controlled by a temperature controller. And same thing with the humidifier. It's controlled by a humidity controller. And in this box, I'm able to control the humidity and the temperature. For this culture, your target fermenting range is 75 Fahrenheit to 90 Fahrenheit at about a 90% humidity. And you can normally reach your target pH between 18 to 36 hours depending on the temperature that you ferment. Talk about fast. And what I love about it is that it's fast, but you don't sacrifice flavor, unlike some of the other starter cultures out there. There are 3 telltale signs to know that your starter culture is working. The first is the color. Remember, we talked about that intense color formation thanks to the Staphylococcus. Look at that. There you go. The next is the texture. It's going to be more firm than when you first put it in there. And the third is the aroma. You should be able to smell these wonderful smells coming from your salami. It's important to test the pH of your salami. So we're going to go ahead and test our pH right now. It's been about 18 hours, and our target is anywhere from 4.9 to 5.2. And as soon as the target's been reached, we're going to remove it from the fermentation chamber, and we're going to place that into our drying chamber. And our drying chamber is going to have a lower temperature. It's going to be 55 degrees. And it's going to have a little bit lower humidity, 75-80% humidity. And there it's going to stay until you reach your target weight loss, which is anywhere between 30 and 40%. Now let me show you a before and after picture of what this intense color formation does thanks to the Staphylococcus strains. Wow, look at that color. And that's just at the beginning. Wait till you see what happens when we pull it away and go ahead and cut into it. And that's what we're doing right now. It's been several months, probably about 8 weeks. I've lost 40% weight in this particular salami. And we're going to go ahead and cut it open, slice it up, and give it a taste. There you have it, the flavor of Italy, brought to you exclusively from the Sausage Maker, another salami starter culture. This salami not only looks great, but it tastes incredible. And I really do hope you get an opportunity to try out the flavor of Italy. If you got any questions about this video or this culture, or you need more information, there's a link in the description box below. You could also write your questions in the comment section. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thanks for watching. See you next time.